Peasant Productions presents the Math of ESP, why it works even if you don't believe in it. Kind of going to step sideways here a little bit, have some fun. Like I said, you've got all of this stuff going on and all of that. You know, I'm down here in Mexico trying to hide away. So, larga vida a la revolución. Almost, well, I almost got that right. Pretty pitiful in my Spanish still. But long live the revolution. The reason I'm going to play around here a little bit, those of you that saw Back to the Future know that, hey, when we hit 88 miles an hour, you know, we're really flying. Well, this is like video 88 of this stuff at the moment. Who knows how, it's got to be up where it's up 200 on the Math of ESP stuff. But like I've been showing you, the science supports this issue. You can't get away from this, okay? This is a physical object of your physical world. The ideas and all that's involved here, okay, what's going on. In the 1970s, MIT did that computer study, 2020, you know, there's going to be this drastic drop. Nobody really knows what all the data was used in that, except maybe MIT and a few people with that. But it's pretty obvious you have all of this going on. It's pretty obvious that you're waiting for all this to go on, and it's already starting to happen because you're already having toxic bacteria, red tide, flies and bugs and fish and birds just dropping dead out of the sky, okay? You have China with several outbreaks of new variations of bird flu, and you have people in the American government screaming, they're not telling us so we don't know. Well, two problems there, okay? First off is that they're trying to blame China. China is SO2 production maximum. I'm not trying to say China is not a problem. What I'm saying is this is the issue. This is why I'm saying I am a paradigm shift, because I'm telling you to totally forget behaving in a secretive world. You have to become very open and very conversive about what you're doing. And this is kind of hilariously funny for me. Like I said, February 20th, 2018, I launched Occupy ISS. March 13th, 23 days later, President Trump is, you know, talking to people about how he's going to start organizing a total involvement of all military departments because there's a war zone out there in space and we got to go out and be protected, so we're going to build a space force. So that fast he was challenging me. Now, for you people out there that don't know much either direction of things, it's very easy to laugh and say, oh yeah, Peter, you're just paranoid. But then you stop for a second and you go back and look at the data. I've got a half-brother who I've been trading computer secrets with for 30 years, okay? I bought my first 8088 computer in 1988, okay? He was who I bought it from. I bought my Macintosh system from him. He had a computer business then he went on to Cisco, and then he went on to Northrop Grumman, who produces the stealth fighter and the stealth bomber. And because he is a computer tech person this whole time, yes, I was LA County Sheriff's Department. I got investigated by the FBI and everything, you know, internal down from there, okay? My half-brother obviously going to work for a military supplier as a computer tech, walking into the super secretive black rooms and stuff like that, skunk works and stuff like that. Yeah, he unfortunately has FBI watching him very closely. He has NSA watching him very closely because both he and I travel outside the country. We have CIA watching us. There is no way to get around it. So therefore, I could either be one of those little paranoid people that hide, or like you see me do, is what really ticks them off. I just simply stand up in their face and continue to talk and continue to tell you what's going on. I've got the broken shoulder from being thrown in jail and, told to shut up or they're going to kill me. I was put in jail and I had a doctor tell me he's going to strap me down on a table and put so many drugs into me that I won't remember my name, let alone my human rights. A doctor contemplating murder of a person, okay? You stuff so much drugs into me, I can't remember who I am. You've murdered me. Understand? There is no other answer for it. I was threatened with murder numerous times by the United States government. 2015, I saw what was going on. I started getting ready to book it, and sure enough, here comes the police all over the place. They're going to run my butt in, but they can't do it out in public because they have to get me and disappear me. Okay? One of those people that just drops off the face of the earth type of thing. Yeah, you know those things that the United States government says, oh, watch out for those commies, watch out for those Russians, watch out for those Iraqis and Iranians. They just take people and haul them away. Well, your government does it too, folks. And since 9/11 happened, there has not been legally any human rights left in the United States. You have been outlawed to have human rights and freedom of speech and all that. It is not in full power, not because of the idea they can't do it, but because they had to have the right stage hands and people and actors up on the stages. Okay, what do you have? You have Donald Trump now screaming that because of all this stuff going on, somewhere somebody's saying he was screaming that he's going to have massive lockdowns and massive arrests, and he's going to have this purge of all the deep state, Hillary Clinton stuff. Well, Hillary and Bill Clinton were at Donald Trump's wedding. So they're close friends, folks. The bickering is more like husband and wife between Hillary and Trump. Okay, yeah, you don't have any logical solution by playing their little emails and Russian influence and who's sniveling on who type of thing. But they have a wonderful soap opera going on in front of the mass media, which they can, like I was just pointing out to somebody, they were saying, hey, look, this guy's coming in as a Supreme Court justice, and he was involved in rape, and they're just going to pass it on through. And I said, well, stop and think about it, dude. Your FCC, your radio, your television, your internet, all of your mass communications is now owned by Sinclair Broadcasting, who owns ABC, CBS, NBC, and Fox. Wow! All 4 networks under one flag. I don't want to see this either because the public mass media stuff isn't telling you about it and you're not going to go look for yourselves, or you're somebody who walks around with, they used to say in the 60s, with rose-colored sunglasses on so everything's bright and pretty. Okay, what was PC? Everything bright and pretty. We're going to change everything to pretty words so we don't have to think about the fact that we're ugly, racist, sexist, arrogant slobs. Right? Yeah. So everything became PC, which is called politically correct, which means you are letting people who are hired to lie, cheat, and steal be on top of stuff. Whole thing about demographics suddenly being horrible, and how dare you be tracked and all this kind of stuff. And nobody stops to think that it's a natural progression of what happens with businesses, corporations, and advertising. When I was a little kid, they were collecting what was called a mailing list, and they had people that sat down and mailed stuff all the time in big stacks of it. And we got what was called junk mail and stuffed in your mailbox. Nowadays you get spam and it's real easy. Just click the little delete button. You don't even have to look at it. You're not wasting millions of pounds of paper. The thing is that they were collecting names, addresses, phone numbers, bank account numbers, where you shop, what you bought, anything they could, including where you lived, what color you were, what sex you were, what age you were, and building demographics. It was all the way back down through stuff, folks. Okay, I don't think I could try and find a defining line of when they had it first around, But I guarantee you, with the fact that business is a part of the capital transfer system of selling a goat for a couple of chickens type of a thing, it's been around for a long time. Okay, you knew who the rich people were in town and you could go sell to. So that's why I say you kind of have to look at the whole flow of what's really going on. You got to start putting your brain in gear. You know, just take it in little chunks. That's why I do these videos in just 15 minutes. It's also easier to stop, listen to a 15-minute conversation, and have a cup of coffee and think about what the person says. You don't have to believe me. It's like my getting the data up onto the internet shuttle system. Just get everything up there, whatever it is. Don't waste time saying, oh, that's fake and that's true and that's fake and I hate you. You don't have time. You need to get up there. You need to get as much as you can salvage before it's obliterated on this planet, because you're not going to stop the recycling engines of a planet because you're puny little humans, and the gods aren't going to allow you to stop it because you're all dead anyways. Yeah. They came out with this thing about a quantum computer. If you have ever read anything about quantum physics itself, you know that the consciousness affects reality. That's where the Schrödinger cat came in. Is the cat alive or dead in the box? It is not decided until the moment you open the box. And your personal opinion could very well affect what happens. So with a quantum computer, of course, my first question is, are you sure you're getting the right data? Or are you just getting what you want to believe in? Okay. Right now, most artificial intelligence that they're running around and bragging about is nothing more than extreme data banks hooked up. You go look at those robots. They got the cable running back to the computer systems to run the person the same way but when you stop and think about the idea that, okay, the IBM Watson went up against all these people in the Jeopardy contest. To be really good at Jeopardy, you sit down and you read as much as you possibly can. If you have a photographic memory, you're even better at it. Okay? It is not an intelligence test. It is a memorization test. Okay? Now, Watson, what did they show? They show pictures, just this little blinky light on the thing here, and then somewhere in between the little breaks they show you these 50 big huge data banks of supercomputers running. The guys, the Watson thingy has 100,000 libraries of almost instant access going against two humans. And the humans still did pretty good against the computer that had access to just about every book on the planet. Or every English book on the planet, maybe. I don't know exactly how much they dumped into that. But you think about it, that Watson can't make an original thought. Watson can't tell you how to do what I'm doing because Watson doesn't have any data to create this. On the other hand, I'm connected to your spiritual realm. I've got enough brain power up here, and I've been using it continuously for 58 years of the 60 years I'm alive. So I am constantly using, maintaining, and developing thinking capacity. That's why I can sit there and come up with the rats, the satellites, the smelting systems. I can adjust and redefine things as I'm looking at it and I'm talking about it and bringing it up from out of my memory from, literally since 78, 79, that's 40 years ago, folks. So I am obviously much more intelligent than IBM's Watson is, in a sense, but I'm connected to all your gods, so technically I have the greater data banks, I have the greater access points, I have greater ability to conceive of and discuss the concepts with something that is far superior to a human being, and a computer is made by a human being, therefore a computer is below it, so any AI stuff is going to be below the intelligence factor of a human being. But like I say, you have your elite rich, you have your your one percenters, you have people that want to be in charge running around screaming stuff, and they purposely mislead you because they don't want you to think about it. They just want to tell you, oh, it's going to be so wonderful and beautiful. It's going to help so much. Just which is more important, doing something about a problem or being paranoid about it and running around in circles? Yes, I like thinking myself.